Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or whenever you receive this video. Hey, this is the Virginia Bushcrafter, the channel where we continue to learn and practice the skills of bushcrafting, prepping, and survival for the wilderness. Guys, I'm going to dive right off into it. And this is a question that I'm posing to you. Have you ever had so much fun that it takes you a week to decompress, relax, and just chill out? Have you ever had that experience? Well, I had that experience this past week, because this time last week I was in Clarion, Pennsylvania at the Creative Rendezvous meetup hosted by Adam and Renee of Freezer Bound Outdoors. That's right, guys. One of the greatest meetups I've ever been to. First, I have to say the host, Adam and Renee, went above and beyond to just make this such an enjoyable weekend. So guys, the rendezvous started last Friday. However, I got there on a Thursday, and I drove from Virginia, through Maryland, through Pennsylvania, and I encountered a lot of mountains. Now, everyone tells me, oh, these are just hills in Pennsylvania. To me, they were mountains, because I like taking the scenic route. I like going the back roads so that I can just enjoy Mother Nature. But when you're looking over mountains, as they say, hills, different experience. But it was fantastic driving back because I was somewhat familiar with it. However, guys, I want to tell you, I got there the day before the Creative Rendezvous started, and it was fun from the minute I drove up to the site. I got the opportunity to help unload a truck with a lot of wood and enjoy the pouring down rain. And I was helped by a young kid, Renee, and a friend named Dan, and it was enjoyable. Later that day, I had the opportunity to speak with Dan and actually take a Becker BK2 knife and chop through a piece of wood that is at least 5 inches in diameter. And from there, we just sat around the campfire, we talked, helped set up, so on and so forth. But I've made some videos on this, but I want to speak on two things that were really a highlight to me, and that is the fire challenge and the fishing derby. So what I want to say about, I will never be able to really tell you everything because it was just so much fun. But the fire challenge in and of itself was, to me, one of the highlights. That and the fishing derby. I think they're evenly up there. However, the fire challenge starts off with the kids. And the kids are tasked with building a fire that will go so high that the fire will burn a string. Now, this is the amazing part. They were all provided with the same equipment, the 5 elements of a sustainable fire. They were provided with combustion, which is they all had ferrocerium rods, maybe not this size, but they all had ferrocerium rods. They had tinder, they had kindling, and they had fuel, and of course they had air. Now, what was so amazing, you're seeing these very young kids Some of them for the first time using a ferrocerium rod. And as we all do, we start off using it improperly. But they remained steadfast, and they kept striking that ferrocerium rod, striking that ferrocerium rod, and striking that ferrocerium rod. Sometimes they missed the tender, but eventually they all got the tender. Now, sometimes you were able to see the frustration on their face, but really it's happiness. Especially when they get that first spark and they get that flame. And then you see how excited they are to start putting on that kindling and building that up and putting that fuel on top of it. And they start to fan it to give it more air. Some of them even took their shirts off to block the wind. And you can see the competitiveness amongst these kids. But it's all fun. It's all fun. And this will always be a milestone or a highlight for these kids. One kid was somewhat not happy, but when he got that flame, you could just see it was totally different. Now, so they were all winners. There were 4 of them. There were no losers. They were all winners. So then it came around to the adult fire challenge. Now, I have built many fires, but never under a contest or a time constraint or anything of that nature. I've basically gone out, harvested wood, did the combustion, made feather sticks, just as a theory or practice, gathered the kindling, the fuel, used the pocket bellow to keep the fire going. Done it many, many, many times. So here I'm thinking that, it's just going to be fun. I'm just going to go out there and make a fire. Even though I would like to win, but to me, it's about the camaraderie. However, I think a lot of people were really focusing on that the bushcraft is going to win. Well, this is the part again about prepping. You must prep your fire properly. So what I did is kind of wait to the last minute, go out and get some kindling. That was wet, no big deal, because I can always just put more magnesium into that fire. Long story short, there were 4 of us competing. And I thought it was 3 of us. I was just so focused. We all got our fire lit, struck the ferrocerium rod, got the kindling going. The tender going, got a flame on it. Flames are going up. My flames are going up. Then my flames go down. And eventually my fire goes out. Not totally out. So I take this ferrocerium rod and I just explode magnesium into that fire. And again, it was 4 of us. Long story short, there was a winner, and I was the 3rd person to lose. I came in 4th out of 4th place, but it was still a blast. So I realized, wow, this is something that they really take serious. So the very next day, we had the fire challenge again with the kids. They were even more exuberant this time. The one little kid that had a hard time the first night, he won 2nd place. This guy was jumping for joy. It was awesome. And we were able to help and assist the kids. And I'm telling you, it was just marvelous. So it came around to the adults again. This time, okay, I'm going to put forth some serious effort, which I did. Struck the ferrocerium rod into the tinder, got the flame, put the kindling on there, tried to stack it neatly. Then I heard, we have a winner of a pop over here. Winner. Okay, 1st place has gone away. About a minute later, my fire hit the string and it popped. And then we had two other people. Long story short, this time I was the first person to lose because I won second place. All in all, it was just so much fun. So what they did after that, they gathered the winners of the first round the first night, the winners of the second round the second night, and I believe the winners of some previous years. So this was amazing. They had, I think it was about 4 rounds. What I was amazed with is that the host of the Creative Rendezvous, Adam was the winner. And I'll give you 5 seconds. Take a guess how long it took him to strike the ferrocerium rod, get a flame onto the onto the tender, put the kindling on there, put the fuel on there meticulously, and build that flame up. Adam did it in 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Totally amazing. So this was a fun game, but it is about learning and it is practicing. So what I will be doing in the bush, I will be paying much more attention on how I stack or arrange my fire lays, because I'm practicing for next year. So the fire challenge, all the way. The next highlight was the fishing derby. Now that Saturday, we all had a practice session. Some guys were practicing Friday, Saturday morning. So Saturday, I said, okay, let me just go out there and get the line wet and just practice. So I'm using just a Shakespeare rod and reel that I had not used in a while. And the good thing about this, I bought 2 of these for $25 some years ago from Walmart. 2 for $25, could not pass it up. So I went out there, got my line wet, and I was using, on that particular day, I started off practicing with a popper. This is a top water bait. You just basically take it and you jerk it in a fashion and it will make a certain sound. So I was practicing with top water bait, this popper. So after a while I changed over to a grub. This is a purple worm. However, I never got any bites, but that's fine. So, but it was just fun. After that, I met OnlyFins. Go check his channel, guys. OnlyFins gifted me with this beautiful top water bait that I have not even taken out of the package. That is because when I use this, I want to make sure I am on a boat and there's no chance of me losing this lure, because if I'm not mistaken, there are only 11 of these made. He has one, he gifted one to me and to someone else. So this is a lure that will be used in some very, very clear water. Not clear water, but I don't want to get it hung up. As a matter of fact, Dan, who was a participant there, on Sunday morning, he caught 2 catfish with this. But as a matter of fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this right now. Let me just see. I want to be careful of the hooks. And of course, I'm opening this without a knife. I'm trying to be very careful. I don't want to scratch this or anything, but this is the lure that was gifted to me from Only Fins, and this is a top water popper. So anyway, the next day, on that Saturday, the kids had their fishing derby. They enjoyed it immensely, and then it came to the adults. I started off again using a purple worm. I was not getting any hits. I was casting outward. I was casting along the bank. Was not getting any hooks, any bites. So I switched over to a black and silver frog, and I used a split shot weight. I've used this before. It's pretty good. So there was a bass that's coming directly in front of me. I saw it. Very nice bass. By the way, a gentleman by the name of Boxy Outdoors at that time was leading the derby. I think at that time he had about maybe 3 or 4 fish, because the rules, the winners will be who catches the most fish and who catches the largest fish. So there are 2 categories. So the nice sized bass that's at least 12 to 13 inches comes along the bank. I toss this in front of him, and voila, he's on my hook. But I did not want to say fish on until I could actually showcase him. I got him up on the bank. I'm holding my rod and reel. He's on the ground. He starts to flop, and he flops right into the water. So we all have a fish story. The good thing about this fish story, there were eyes there to see it. So the fish got into the water again, and he took off, and he stopped, and I said to myself, that fish is not too smart. I tossed this directly, maybe 3 feet in front of him, in front of the fish. He went for it, he bit, but it did not hook. So I did not catch the fish. But that, had I caught the fish, I'm pretty sure I would have won for the largest fish. But all in all, it's about the camaraderie. It's about the fun. It's about watching Dan. It was about watching Nicholas Green from Outdoors. It was about watching Boxy getting his fish and winning. You know, it was just fun. So, of course, I'm looking forward to doing it again. So, Nicholas Green from Nicholas Green Outdoors won the fishing derby for the adults for the largest fish. Boxy Outdoors won it for the most fish. So guys, that was really a fun time. I really think, again, the fire challenge, not only was it fun, but it was educational, because you were supplied with the 5 elements of a sustainable fire. And there were just so many other things that I just can't remember all. One of the things that was fantastic for me was the mountain pie. I had never heard of a mountain pie. But Adam prepared one. I mean, it was just so delicious. So delicious that I said off camera, not one, not two, but a dozen. So I will be making that. And his wife gifted me with grape jelly that is made from their grapes. So I am waiting to get my rye bread and my homemade peanut butter with this, and it's going to be good times. Renee also gifted me with, I'm not sure of the name of this again, but on July the 4th, I'm going to be draining this, and this is the vinegar that's going on my salad. So again, hey Renee, thank you so much. Much appreciated. So guys, I mean, that was just so much fun that we kept a fire going all day. We chit chat, we had fire chats. It was just some amazing. As a matter of fact, some of the content creators that were there, of course, Freezer Bound Outdoors, Adam. I mean, just fantastic guy. Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. Nicholas Green Outdoors. Woman Outdoors. Random Adventures 2.0. That's Tony. That's the hammock guy. Check him out. The Lost Wrench Garage. Go Outdoors. OnlyFans. That's Mark. Jimmy. His channel is A Little Off Kill. Fantastic guy. The kayak guy. Half Pace Outdoors. I Trap That Outdoors. I'd Trap That Outdoors. Geriatric Outdoors. City Stickers. That's Chris. Tipsy Rippers. Big Tiny Outdoors. Boxy Outdoors. Shade Tree America. That's Chris also. And Tony Ouch Black Ops. Those are the content creators that were there. Go check them out. But guys, I am so forward to looking to this event again next year, because I'm going to be practicing. There's a methodology to building that fire. If I could just do it 2 minutes and 26 seconds, that's what I'm going to try. Because 2 minutes and 27, I kept saying that had to be under 3 minutes. And when I watched it over on the video 3 times, it was 2 minutes and 27 seconds that Adam made that fire and popped the string. So guys, I just wanted to, again, I'm decompressing from so much fun that it was just amazing. So guys, anyone and everyone, next year, be on the lookout for Creative Rendezvous Meetup in Clarion, Pennsylvania. As a matter of fact, I'm going 2 days early just to fish on the Clarion River. Alright guys, with that said, I'm going to continue to decompress, calm down, and relax from all the fun that I had at the Creative Rendezvous Meetup. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. I hope I've made you want to go there if you weren't there. I hope to see everyone that was there this past year. I hope to see the individuals that were not able to make it and individuals that have never been there. Alright guys, this is the Virginia Bushcrafter signing out. Stay safe and stay cool in this hot weather. Thanks for watching.